And that is the reason why the ancient landmarks and the pathways are still being made available. Apart from the prime of greatness, there is another beauty referred to as the bondage of greatness. The prime of greatness gives a common man an availability, an advantage to those that are great. The bondage of greatness creates an availability so that the great man can be able to leverage on those that are not great. At the tail end, you can never be great in this life until a great man uses you. Write it down. They are using me. Oh. If they cannot use you, it means you are useless. It only takes people that are useful to be used. If I cannot discern any gift or ability inside of you, what do I need you for? You are very useless. Go and find. Your first step is not looking for a great man. Is discover what you have first. When you discover what you have, then you can now come to a great man and find a way to serve through greatness to become great. So in prime of greatness, a great man has become great. Now he's looking for who he can help become great so that his legacy can continue. In the bondage of greatness, a great man wants to become greater. Because one of the greatest bondage in greatness is that every great man wants to become greater. Dangote is still looking for money. Bill Gates is still looking for money. Elon Musk is still looking for money. Dr. Paul Eneche is still planting church. Daddy Adebo is still planting church. What are they looking for? Are they not great already? Why can't they wake up and say, from today we don't need any new church in Redemption land? I'll be in RCCG. We don't have to plant any church again. We have had enough. In fact, if you are interested in planting church, change the name to something. You will never hear that. Do you know why? It's a bondage in greatness. That every great entity, every great human being, every great person wants to become greater. And because they want to become greater, it's a trap. Because that is your only leverage to be able to enter into the economy. No great man has your time. They only have your time so long as you have a way to leverage through them. See, there is no one you ever see today that is great that is not traceable to somebody. It's a lie. I assure you, you can count 10 and I will guarantee you 9 have come to a point where one way or the other they were either used or they leverage upon the bondage in keeping to the greatness of somebody for them to rise. You will never believe that you ever be great until you find a template in a man you can follow. And that is the reason why, whether you like it or not, at every point in time, if there is a certain level of DNA of greatness in you, it resonates towards anything that is great. And because it resonates towards anything that is great, or it gravitates towards a great person. There are many of you that are friends with so many great people, you don't even know why they like you. Inside of you, there is already the G and the DNA of greatness. And even those people cannot do without you. You don't even know why they like you. You don't even know what you are offering to them literally. But there is something inside of you that compels and attracts greatness. But one of the advantages in keeping to this is, number one, when you find yourself connected to great people, there is a reason. God has brought you to be able to add up what you don't have, so that you can fast climb the ladder. One. Number two, God has brought you so that you can be able to establish a network, so that through service to them you can be able to rise faster. Every great man wants to become greater. And because Pastor Dr. Paul Eneche need more pastors, you can come with your small grace and you'll be willing to employ and say, come and be a pastor in Dunamis. But does he really literally need you? I don't think he needs you, but you need him. Yes. If all the pastors in Dunamis resign today, I guarantee you every branch may go, but the headquarters can still remain. Yes, it's true. Why? Whatsoever that made every branch come out is still inside of it. But many of them can only rebel because now they have come to a point where they have grew through his tutelage. So his bondage and the prime bring him to a point where he became vulnerable to them, but they in themselves have to become vulnerable to him. So when we speak about the 5 fingers of greatness, we are speaking about the ability of God deposited in a man, through which God used to be able to bring a man to limelight. And there are not too many of them. Everybody you see today in limelight that is ever great in the kingdom, in the secular arena, there are few things that made them great. And so when you look into the secular society, you can count among the 3,000 billionaires. I can guarantee to let you understand that all of them are traceable to each other. Yes, most billionaires, they know themselves. Most ministers, they know themselves. Most ministers, we believe me. I always tell you, if you know the number of ministers I know. Today Apostle Cephas was passing and he called me. He said he's going to Benue for what. I said, well, today is my service and we could not see. What I'm trying to let you understand is that sometimes I feel ashamed to bring some people to Lafia. They beg me, ask me, when will you come? I say, don't come. Do you know why? We are not yet prepared. I know you see, if you think that you are ready to bring Bishop Oyedepo in this place, you are not. If Bishop Oyedepo come, all of us will shit in our bed. Yes, you will be unstable. Do you know why? You cannot leave. If Dr. Paul enter Lafia here, where are we going to bring him? Where are we going to bring him? Where? The last time he came, it was the stadium he used. After then, we never won any match again. All the charms in the stadium break. So we may bring him and he will enter your house and people will start dying. So we have not been able to grow to a point to be able to handle certain territorial things. It's not just about bringing this one, bringing that one. Those things are good. But see, greatness begins from you as a person. Everybody has the potential to become great, but not everybody will become great. Only those that are willing to serve, because service is greatness. Jesus was the one that said, whosoever that desires to be great among you must first learn to serve others. Sometimes we laugh with my friends when we begin to speak about the chronicles of where we served, how we were used. Sometimes when we are serving, the people that were oppressing us there till today, when they see us, they are saying, well done, sir. And I wonder, how comes God allowed me to be here for that long? And yet again, the people that we are together, I don't even know what they are doing. Even the teacher that taught me, I saw the teacher, he was beggarly. Many of you, if you go back to your primary school, you'll be shocked. So the people that taught you in primary school, you are better than them now. But imagine if you refuse to be taught in primary school. If you refuse to be taught, would you have been here? So service itself is greatness. But it is almost impossible for men to remain in service. Why? Because it breaks every pride in you. It breaks everything in you. Except a corn of weed fall to the ground and die, it abide alone. Many of you don't want to die, so you abide alone. And like I said, in your days and time of service, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, don't be too careful, because at that time you are looking for a privilege to exercise and to utilize the abilities to which God has given unto you. Everywhere he went, the Bible says he was doing good. Everywhere. But how did he begin to do good? Go to the book of Acts chapter 10, verse 38.